Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, my apologies. I forgot a step. Who is this at the telephone number that starts with 734?
Brittany Henderson.
All right, hold on just a minute. I'm going to type your name in. Okay, and I have Ethan Johnson and I have Peggy. What is your full name, ma'am?
My name is actually Paige Curl. I had to use my mom's laptop.
All right, I'm going to change your name as well. Okay, so let's see. So I have both Ms. Henderson and Mr. Johnson present on that matter. So Ms. Curl, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room while I handle that matter, okay? Then I'll bring
Thank
you
you.
right back. You're welcome. Okay, Shannon, you could put us on the record.
Okay.
Okay, this is the matter of Henderson versus Johnson, and I see your name is Brittany, not Courtney. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I misheard you. Okay, we are here on
Both parties here?
Yeah, both are here. I thought I said that already.
You did, I didn't hear
Okay, so let's see. Give me just a moment. We're here on Mr. Johnson's motion regarding custody and parenting time, requesting well, it says to amend the electronic midweek parenting. So the first question I've got is, where did that come from? Is that just something the two of you agreed to do? Or was that something ordered by the court at some time in the past? Because when I look back at the last parenting time order, I didn't see any reference to a midweek parenting time.
We've had that implemented into our parenting time order.
So you're saying it's actually in an order?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea the date of that order? Because I couldn't find it. And I like to see the order before I start addressing modifications to the order. The only order I could find for parenting time, the most recent one, I should say, is from August of 2019. Has there been one more recent than that?
I don't believe so.
So that particular order I must have missed this when I looked at the file yesterday. I do see that now. My apologies. It says defendant father shall have electronic communication at least one time per week in lieu of the midweek parenting time. Okay. So that's been exercised on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And what you were asking for is to have an in-person parenting time in the midweek. All right. And Ms. Henderson, you're opposed to that, correct?
Yeah, with what he's asking, yes.
Okay, and let's see, the other. The other request was to extend the weekend parenting time so that it begins after school or work and ends at 8 p.m. on Sundays. And my understanding, ma'am, is you're opposed to the midweek live pickup because it involves a requirement that you have to travel to pick up the child at the end of the parenting time, correct?
And no, it's I'm opposed to it because it's so like he has school the next day. It's so late at night that it affects his sleep schedule.
Okay. What's his normal bedtime?
He lays down at eight. He has, depending on how the day went, he has a half hour to an hour of like just wind down, chill, in his bed, whether it be playing with the stuffed animals or watching videos on his phone. And he is laying down sleeping at 9.
Oh, I got you. So you want to make sure he's home no later than 8 p.m. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And if you're actually picking him up at 8 p.m., it's going to take you an hour to get him home, so he wouldn't really be going to bed until 9 p.m.
Well, and it's an hour and 15 minutes at best travel time.
I
and,
got you.
With everything else. And it takes him a while to like calm down when coming back from his dad's.
Gotcha. So if he were to be home by 8 o'clock, is that something that you would be agreeable to?
I mean, yeah, I would be okay with that. I think it's a little silly because by the time they get out there and everything else, he wouldn't have much time with him. But I mean, if he wants to do, that's fine.
So I know the current weekend parenting time order says that the dad picks him up at the start of his parenting time and you pick him up at the end of his parenting time. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Normally for midweek parenting time, the visiting parent does both the pickup and the drop.
Okay.
We don't normally, and particularly a midweek parenting time that's exercised that far away. I mean, it's a lot of travel for very little time. One possibility would be the dad can exercise as a parenting time, but let's exercise it without driving the kid an hour and 15 minutes each way. Come to the community where he is and spend that time with him. Take him to a park when the weather's good. Maybe take him out to dinner. Take him to a playground. I mean, whatever. How old is your son?
He just turned 9.
Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, is that something that appeals to you?
Yes, sir. I was actually going to bring that up, that we're willing to, come pick them up after school and, go to a park or maybe go out and grab a bite to eat and then drop them back off to Brittany.
I frankly would be inclined to order something like that. I think it's always better when the two of you can agree, but I get that. I strongly favor midweek parenting time. That way, a parent who only gets every other weekend gets to see his child every week. That's good for the child, and the parenting time, the principles that govern parenting time emphasize that the parenting time isn't just the right of the visiting parent; it's the right of the child to be able to have a strong bond with the other parent. And if Mr. Johnson's willing to drive and spend that time with his son and make sure that he's home no later than 8 o'clock so that he can have his wind down time and be ready for bed, is that change one that is acceptable to you, Ms. Henderson?
Absolutely. That's that's absolutely fine.
Wonderful. So we'll do that no matter what. So let's talk about the other thing, which is changing the pickup and drop off time. And let me make sure I've got that correct. I'm going to look back at the order. Let's see.
May I say something, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
At mediation, Brittany and I did agree to me picking him up immediately after school, so about 3:15 when the school gets out.
And then what you couldn't agree on is when you'd have him home.
Yes.
Or when she can pick him up to have him home.
Yes.
You wanted her to pick him up at 8 o'clock, and from what she's already said, he's got school the next day. It takes him an hour to wind down. He goes to bed at 9. That's too late. But so how about 7 o'clock?
That's what I was going to suggest.
Ms. Henderson, I'm sorry.
My problem with that is he went all weekend without seeing his brothers. So they all three get super excited when we get home, and none of them, even at 5 o'clock, it's hard to get them to be wind down for bedtime on that Sunday.
So how about if you pick them up at 6 p.m.?
6 p.m. is fine. That's an extra hour for Ethan. And Zane, that's fine.
Mr. Johnson, is that something you could live with?
Yes, it is, sir.
Wonderful. Actually, that more closely matches what our friend of the court handbook says for reasonable rights of parenting time. So based upon your consent, I am going to enter an order, hopefully today, that reflects both of these changes. A midweek parenting time where Mr. Johnson can come and pick up Ethan after school or after work and have him home no later than 8 p.m. And then the weekend parenting time is changed, so it's from after work or school until 6 p.m. Sunday when you would pick him up.
Yeah, can I ask something to Ethan?
Sure.
Would you be picking him up straight from school, or would you be picking him up from me?
Probably just from the school.
Okay, so that's fine. You will have to go up to the school to get the card that has his line number on it.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify that. If you have to work, let me know and I'll still pick him up that day, but that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, very good, folks. I will make sure this order gets issued and hopefully gets sent out today.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, both of you.
You as well.
You too.
Thank you.
shut up. I know. I can't stop the beeping, so I'm sorry if it's driving you guys crazy. It's driving me crazy.
This is a pretty short trip.
Whatever.
Couldn't resist that.
I walked right into it.
Okay, Peter, let me know if you have trouble reading my writing. I'll let you work on that one.
All right.
You will.
Hey, Judge, this next one, Mr. Orr is in jail. I have a number for the Eaton County Jail.
Oh, wonderful.
I guess Dawn was talking to him, and they said they only did this type of hearing at 3 p.m. So I'll let you talk to him, but there might be an issue there.
I could do it at 3 p.m.
Okay. I mean, that's just what she said. I wasn't aware that they had any particular time that they.
So, am I included on the email?
She just called me actually.
Oh, she called.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when I got the file yesterday, I looked at it,
Yeah.
saw that he was in jail, and asked her if she would try to make arrangements for him to participate.
Okay.
So she tried,
Yep.
and the jail is telling her they will only allow it at 3 o'clock.
Yep. That's right.
All right. So it's pointless for me to call the jail now.
I would assume so. You might be able to talk him into it, but
That's fine. We could do it at 3.
okay.
I just want to make sure he's going to be available at 3.
Okay. I can give the jail a call and just confirm that.
Well, talk to Dawn first and make sure that's clear,
Okay.
whether she had more information about it or not,
Okay.
and then talk to the jail. I'm going to get her on the phone right. Actually, you should probably do that right now. I'm going to get her on in the meeting. I don't think we need to be on the record, Shannon.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Curl, we're not on the record